Hi guys, so as I'm sure you're all fully well aware now, I absolutely love playing Kill Team, and as you can see mostly play into the darks or gallowdark sort of style terrain, but I do like to look out for other types of terrain, as yeah, obviously I love 3D printing stuff and I love mixing it all up with what I play. So I was recently contacted by Fabricators Layer to see if I'd like to be interested in sort of using their terrain. Just to say guys, they have actually sponsored the video as well. But obviously everything I'm saying is, well, it's all my own opinion on their sort of products. So yeah, lots and lots of great sort of terrain, all modular. It's something we all love. And it's great to be able to arrange things, well, exactly how we want and make it sort of all unique to ourselves. And as you can see, loads of awesome parts here. Again, all modular, you can put them together however you want. And perfect for 3D printing, which obviously exactly what I did on my Anycubic Photon Mono, well, X2 now, I've got the newer one. So yeah, printed all the parts out that I sort of wanted, and yeah, this is obviously how they come out. And they're all pre-supported, which is just awesome because yeah, I can't do the supports. And yeah, as you can see, come away lovely. So these have been cleaned, and then obviously put in some warm water just to soften up all the supports. But yeah, this is a good sign of someone who knows what they're doing, because the supports come off perfectly and don't leave any marks, which is great. So the ones that I've printed out are for the magnetic version. You can get some that use sort of little clips that go in and out to sort of support the things, but I just love using magnets now. So yeah, so that's exactly what I'm going to do here, is use some magnets on these parts. So the magnets I'm going to use are 3mm by 2mm, and these are obviously the perfect size to, well, fit in the slots that would be made. And to make it easy for me to be able to sort of obviously put these magnets in the obviously the column and the door, I've made this little tool up. I've got a magnet in one end, magnet in the other, and it just helps me sort of distinguish which way round to have the magnets in the column. So I think in the columns I'm going to have the magnets on the red end, and then in the walls on the black end. And this just ensures, well, that I always get the right ends in the column or the walls. So obviously when I come to sort of finish it all off, they will attach nicely. Plus also this little thing helps when placing the magnets in the holes, and also for picking the magnets up, because say these magnets are quite small and quite fiddly, but yeah, with this tool it just makes it easy to pick them off my desk and to sort of just, well, plop them in. As you can see, it takes, well, kind of no time at all, and there we go. Yeah, they're all in. Obviously just push them down just to make sure they are fully in, nice and flush, and yeah, perfect and so simple. So yeah, absolutely love magnets. And I say picking them up with this tool is, yeah, so easy, so quick, which is just awesome. And again, having this sort of little tool just helps make sure that I get the right magnets in the right sort of connectors, because otherwise if you put them in the wrong ones, when you try to put these bits together, rather than attracting, they'll they'll repel each other. And yeah, so it is that simple to get the magnets in, and yeah, it's just awesome. So that's them all in. They've had time to dry now, and yeah, again, I just say these magnets, they're 3mm by 2mm, but they are super strong. You've only got to get the thing near, and it obviously pulls it in. So this is perfect for obviously the normal size miniatures that we all use. But obviously this isn't what I want to use, because I want to make a sort of, well, a carry around 40k kill team. And you'll have seen a recent video where I made little miniatures, well, miniature. And these are printed off almost 50% of the size. And this is where, again, I love 3D printers, because you can print things off, well, exactly how you need them. And I just love the idea of having these little guys. So I'm going to be making a carry case soon, so keep an eye out for that video. So I've got my little miniatures, but also I want terrain that sort of suits or fits in with these miniature guys. And that's why I'm using the terrain from Fabricators Layer. There are loads of links in the description, guys, to where you can go and check them out and obviously get hold of all their lovely files. So yeah, so I'm going to miniaturize the stuff, which is so easy on a 3D printer, as literally you move everything in and then you click on the scale and, well, just type in 50%. And there you go. It's as simple as that. Again, 3D printers, absolutely love them. So simple, so easy, and yeah, I'm like a kid in a toy shop with them. So as you can see, I actually scaled down the size with the supports in. So now to sort of see if, well, things have come out okay, because obviously scaling down the supports can obviously change how they work, but in this case, no, they're perfect. they come off just as easy, if not easier, than they did on the full sort of size scale. Everything comes off, and yeah, the detail in the printers these days, I mean, there are some small thin bits here, and everything has come out, well, perfectly. Yeah, so even this one was got like loads and loads of little supports. Again, just comes off a treat. So yeah, 3D printers, and the detail that's kept in these, so these are half the size that the fabricator's layer obviously intended them to be, and yet the detail in them is just immaculate. It's all there, nothing's changed. If anything, you need a magnifying glass to really sort of get in and see just how good these are. So as these are obviously 50% smaller, the original magnets I was using, well, they obviously aren't going to fit in there because they're just huge. So bring on the small magnets. So if you thought the 3mm by 2mm was small, check these out. These are 1mm by 1mm, and as you can see by the size of my thumb, they are just diddy. So yeah, these need to go into these little holes. So doing a similar thing to what I did before, but obviously making a much smaller version. So that's obviously the bigger one, which worked obviously perfectly for the 3x2, and now this is my diddy little one, which is basically a matchstick, and yeah, it's got a magnet glued on either end, similar to what I've just done before. So I'm going to use the red end to go into all the columns, and the black end is going to go into, well, all the walls. And yeah, again, it picks up the magnets obviously beautifully. Yeah, so these ones, again, I mean, there's no way I'd be able to push these in or hold these even to get them into the columns without having this stick, because yeah, everything is just so diddy. Even just trying to pick up these magnets when they're all together was hard enough. So trying to pick up one on its own, you got no chance. So yeah, using my nail, I sort of scrape a magnet away from sort of the pack, and using a little tool, it's just nice and simple to, well, pop the magnet in the hole. And this certainly makes a job that I thought might be quite daunting, because I've never used magnets so small. Made it nice and simple, and well, yeah, easy. Yeah, obviously when you get the magnets in twos, they are pretty difficult to separate, so you have to sort of put them back in the long line. But yeah, one at a time, it is just nice and simple, pops in, as you can see, lovely and flush. So I know the connections are going to be really, really nice. And yeah, then just doing the same sort of thing, but obviously with a red end. So this one made it easier for me, doing red in columns, black in walls. Then I knew I was never going to make a mistake and get any, well, in the wrong place. Obviously the only downside to this is you are going to need a lot of magnets. But so yeah, if you download these files, you can get them with the connectors, so you can use the connectors instead. For some reason, I just love playing with magnets. I think it's just because of the way they attract to each other. I'm just a big kid, and I just find it amazing that yeah, bits of metal get either attract each other or repel each other. And yeah, there you go. So you can see the 2 pieces or 3 pieces there, perfectly done. And yeah, it is a mini version. But say I am going to making a travel case, so it's going to be a kill team, well, that you can sort of take around with you in a small case that can hold all the terrain parts, all the figures, and all the dice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making the box. That will be in a video obviously coming up. So yeah, that's that done. It's just then a case of, well, making loads or printing out loads of parts. Again, obviously for me, I can be quite tight sometimes. So if I'm printing things out half the size, it's going to take up half the resin, so half the cost, and half the time as well to print things out. So another reason why I love the idea of making a little travel kill team sort of box sort of set. Yeah, everything's cheaper. One thing I did have problems with, as you can see here, sometimes I couldn't find the magnet that I had obviously separated from the pack. It's kind of like on the desk somewhere, but say these are just diddy magnets. So yeah. So that's them all done, and then a case of simple painting with these, as I wasn't too sure what sort of style to go for. So I'm literally just sort of dry brushing with some silver, as I wanted to give these some sort of like metallic kind of look. I mean later on, when I come to actually making the rest of the sort of the box that's going to contain all of this, I might then have a colour scheme, but at the moment I haven't. So yeah, just going to keep it nice and simple. Plus doing this, I can then go over it with a speed paint if I want to at a later date, as obviously all this sort of metallic colour will come through. But when I do these kind of things, I obviously do the dry brush with silver, and then I like to do a dry brush with copper, just because I think this gives it a nice sort of more aged look. But again, speed paints will go over this really nicely, which I may well do later. So yeah, just going through all the parts. As you can see, I've got quite a few sort of selections of columns and walls, broken columns, and all the rest. And I've done it to the big sort of set as well, just because I wanted to sort of see how that looked. And then, as this is a all sort of modular set, yeah, you can make things up exactly how you like, which for kill teams is just awesome, because then every time you play a match, obviously you can change it up and make everything look nice and different. And yeah, just a case of working out which way some of these things go up. But yeah, magnets, yeah, I just love them. I say it's just nice and neat, nice and quick, nice and easy. I know the connectors are nice and easy as well, but yeah, for me, magnets are just fun. So a big shout out and thank you again to Fabricators Layer for getting in contact and for sponsoring this video, as well as obviously this awesome terrain that I've now got printed out. They are doing a new Kickstarter soon, guys, so keep an eye out for that, as it's going to be more sort of kill team into the dark orientated. So yeah, I will be doing videos with all that stuff soon as well. But for now, yeah, so this stuff I absolutely love, and it's going to look awesome in a little box set. But obviously with the terrain they do, it's not just the walls they do all these sort of like other gubbins, bits of scatter terrain, little cargo sort of things, which are awesome. Again, these were printed out 50%. Probably could have done them a little bit bigger maybe, but yeah, I know I like them because again, scatter terrain can be, well, whatever it wants to be, as well as obviously loads of barricades. So yeah, guys, check out the links below to Fabricators Layer and all the wonderful stuff they do, as yeah, awesome quality, great looking, and also a good price. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to leave comments down below, as I love reading what you guys are saying. And yeah, I can't wait to make the box up that's going to contain all these kill team parts, as yeah, it's going to be fun having, well, a carry around kill team in a box, which is pretty cool. A big thank you to all my lovely patrons, as well as Chaos Cards for helping sponsor the channel. There's a link down below, guys. You can get 5% off the Chaos Cards miniatures when you spend £30 or more, so give that a click. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.